Jack Young says he will refund the city for a property tax credit he shouldn't have received. It's called the homestead tax credit, but it can only be applied if you're primary residents. Well, Young says he has two homes. WMAR 2 News investigative reporter Brian Kubler is here to explain. Brian?
Jamie, the mayor has an address on East Madison Street and North Central. He hasn't lived at the Madison address this year, but still reaped the benefit of more than $1,000 tax credit. The home in question is on East Madison Street. His other home is nearby on North Central. The mayor says he resided in both.
So look, I was living in both of my homes, okay? And they're right around the corner. I have the ability as a homeowner to live in both of my homes.
But Young or anyone else can only claim one home as a primary residence in order to qualify for a homestead tax credit, which limits the increase of property tax hikes after an assessment year. For this year, Young's Madison Street address qualified and received more than $1,000 credit, but he admits it's not his primary home anymore. This house is now the home of his daughter.
I mean, I did anything that any father or any parent would do for their daughters, and I'm changing it and getting everything fixed. So thank you all.
So as a city council president at that point, you didn't know?
Number one, like I said, I was living in both of my houses, so it was my primary residence.
Young says he moved to the Central Avenue home earlier this year when his daughter got married and moved into Madison Street, but his tax credit for Madison Street was allowed to ride. He has since announced he would refund the city for that money, but says previous years of the tax credit were legitimate because he split time between his two houses. After he moved, Young staff says he was too busy assuming the role as mayor to deal with the paperwork.
Every other citizen in this city is expected to do that paperwork when they move.
I think that's a good question, and I think that he's answered that by saying that he accepts full responsibility. He should have. He should have done the paperwork.
Now, according to state records, a homestead application for the mayor's Central Avenue home was denied, but the mayor's office says Young has now completed the proper paperwork for both of his properties.
All right, Justice.